Look at this couch. This couch would be covered in piss at the old Warped Tour.
That's true.
Like we carved out a little era, you know, and we were a part of it. Well, you said it, I didn't.
Yeah. As soon as I walked in, I smelled Warped Tour. I think it's like Monster energy drinks, the grass, the sunscreen, and I was like, this is Warped Tour.
It's the motherfucking Warped Tour, bitches!
From the All-American Rejects Aussie tribute,
Mom, I'm coming home.
to Tony Hawk taking the stage.
So here I am, growing older all the time, looking older all the time, feeling younger in my mind.
It was a Vans Warped Tour takeover in Long Beach, California over the weekend. And Billboard was there not only watching the sets, but hanging with the artists behind them.
I forgot the question.
The largest turnout in festival history proves once and for all that it was never just a phase. We take you there in Billboard All Access.
What the fuck's up, Warped Tour?
What does it mean to be at the 30th anniversary of Warped Tour?
First of all, why are you so tall? You're like on a hill or something? Why is Travis 6'8" and I'm 5'2"?
It means so much for me to be here today.
Warped Tour has been at the very top of my dream festivals forever.
Warped Tour is so iconic. It's amazing that we could just be on the bill and invited.
We're so excited just being here at the hometown feel.
We are humbled to find out that Kevin put us on the board last today. Biggest crowd in Warped Tour history today. We get to play last. Is this a dream?
And the toy soldiers set sail, even the tornadoes war is hell.
I think the last Warped Tour that was held, I was maybe 13 or 14, so I was in middle school and I wasn't old enough to go to concerts by myself yet. So to attend Warped Tour for the first time and play it is a really surreal thing for me.
It's been a dream come true. It's like our favorite bands growing up and now we get to be a part of that scene is awesome.
You know, I played this tour in 2009, I played it again in 2012, but 2025 is the first year for Girlfriends, and it means the world to us. We dropped West Coast right before Warped because how are you gonna play a show in Long Beach, California and not put out a song called West Coast?
Recently, it's been great because there's been a lot of girls in rock that are like coming out of the woodworks, and there's so many new exciting people, and I'm honored to be considered one of them, I guess. You know, I'm here for the girls.
It's like women in audience, POC women in the audience. So just to be like, yes, like we can do this too. We belong in these spaces. For such a long time, it wasn't like that.
And seeing the women come out to support in the crowd and just exchanging that energy is just like insane. We just feel like we need to raise our voices and keep just like rocking hard. We can rock as hard, if not harder, than the men. The energy that people have here, we wasn't disappointed. It was amazing.
We're not doing Warped Tour without a live band. I think this time around is just kind of being a bit more authentic on my end of not trying to be perfect or sound perfect and just go up there and be myself. That way that everybody that's watching can feel like they could be themselves too, and I think that's the best thing that they could take away from this performance.
Yeah, I know, I might die in California, die in California.
Well, with me only having 2 singles out and having like a full crowd, that just meant the world to me. I always say this whenever I perform, but I always have like a fear of me putting on a show or going out to do a festival and nobody's showing up, you know? Seeing everybody's faces tonight, just like a moment for me to really take in and be grateful for, you know?
We definitely paid our dues on Warped Tour. I mean, it's a hard tour to be a baby band on.
There's a lot of hustle to Warped, just trying to get people to come watch your band, you know, and then keep them there when they are there. Warped Tour helped shape our band in so many ways, and we did like a lot of 03, all of 04, all of 06, 08, you know, like we were out here for a lot of shows.
When we were coming up in like the early 2000s, this wasn't really a thing except for overseas. So to like see just festival culture and the Warped Tour be able to like do this is amazing.
It feels a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Right? Like I do not remember 82,000 people at past Warped Tours.
No. It was way more scrappy in the old days.
Yeah, they definitely got their shit together.
Yeah. And it was fun when it was scrappy.
I did go walk around earlier, and out there, it does actually still feel very warped. It's very, yeah, all the tents and people are miserable. It's great.
My experience has been great. How about your guys'?
Very hot, but very successful. I'm happy.
It's been a blast. We've had so much fun so far.
First text message, I was like, we're going. Texted her so quick, like, did you see that?
We're back to 2006. Take me to my childhood.
Honestly, Warped Tour is just one of the best vibes ever.
Like the original Warped Tours I went back to when I was 14 years old, it was cool to just come in and just not know what to expect.
I think like lapsing the amount of time that I've gone to Warped Tour as a kid versus now and still running into the same people blows my mind. I think that's the coolest thing about it. Like it feels like Warped Tour when I was a kid, feels like it now, and I mean, it shouldn't stop.
Warped Tour always resembled incredible community. People are longing for that right now. People are longing for a place to be safe, a place to meet with their friends, a place to listen to music that they love.
It's like half nostalgia trip and half, you know, kind of moving into the future and finding new artists alike.
Who are we excited to see? We watched Goldfinger, of course.
Yeah, Goldfinger set was
Top notch. Watching Tony Hawk.
We got up on stage with Goldfinger and sang the anti-flag song, and it was amazing.
A day to remember for sure.
A Day to Remember was awesome. A Day to Remember was definitely up there for me. I actually cried at the end of it.
I want to see Slaughter to Prevail.
Slaughter to Prevail. I wouldn't have said that a couple years ago, but now after watching that, I'm like, the musicianship, and that singer is like the sweetest guy ever backstage. You're like, what's up, man? And then he gets on stage, he turns into this like bear.
And Sublime yesterday was super hard. Them being like a local artist is really cool just because you get to hear like the inspiration.
It's an amazing feeling. I think Ensenada is attracting a whole new generation of fans. We already have like multi-generational shows happening right now where, you know, people are showing up, grandparents, parents, and grandchildren, you know, all running around together enjoying the music. So, you know, looking forward to spreading that love for more generations to come.
I just ran into somebody who showed me a picture of the four of us standing with a guy and his baby, and he asked me to sign the picture and then told me he was the baby.
Oh my God. That's insane. What it means to us to connect with our fans, I mean, it's the entire reason why we started the band. You know, the things that are so magical about a place like Warped Tour, it truly is no barrier, and it's been that way since I was 12 years old buying tickets to come here. It's like you get to go and have conversations and meet literally your favorite artists in the entire world, the people that you listen to night and day.
The museum's really cool. I think seeing like all the old lineups, it's really cool to see who might have been like opening the day on a smaller stage, and then all of a sudden they're like selling out like big arenas later on or closing the night out as a headliner.
It was literally the birthplace to some of our favorite bands like Blink-182.
My dad was there watching me, and he's been doing Warped Tour for so many years before I was born and at my age, so I think it was like a big full circle moment for all of us.
The amount of Blink shows that I went to growing up, Warped Tour and non-Warped Tour, is disgusting.
Well, I remember him telling me one thing about Warped Tour. He was like, he never knew what time he was going to go on, and it was always just kind of like they wing it, and it's always fluctuating. So that's kind of like a crazy thing to me, because I feel like I love to like prepare and pre-plan and kind of know when I'm about to go on, you know?
I feel like this generation is not used to that.
No, yeah.
You know, like when the Warped Tour started, you never knew when things were happening, from like shows to like a restaurant opening to like, you couldn't just look on the internet for anything. And so I think people were more used to the idea of like showing up to a fest not knowing who's gonna play when. And so that's definitely a holdover from previous Warped.
I learned this last night. I was just at the hotel bar, and this young couple comes up to me and they're like, "Are you playing tomorrow or Sunday?" And I was like, "We're obviously playing tomorrow at 8:50. And they're like, "Okay," because we didn't know. They didn't even announce what day we would be. In true Warped Tour fashion.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
I feel like the nostalgia has made it so successful for me, like seeing the old school stages, the sound system. For me, it feels very nostalgic.
I think when we talk about a nostalgic element to the bands and Warped Tour, it's respect, you know what I mean? It means respect. When, you know, the scene died down for a bit, they came back 10 times stronger.
I never think of nostalgia when I think of our band, and we don't really rest on like our laurels or try to like, you know, we're just playing songs from this record or whatever. Yep. We're still like carving a new path. But I think when it comes to like this culture of all these bands, like all together, and the sound that was like so dominant on like the radio at one point, and like just in culture in general, then I think I understand it more. There's something about this, like this energy that when you put all of us together from like these scenes, I realize, oh right, like we carved out a little era, you know, and we were a part of it.